Yum, 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 yum. Okay, another tip, as we're going to be doing a bunch of fishing tips. So we're pike fishing today, and we're trying to do a lot of surface fishing today. And it's breezy, it's windy. If you look in the background, you'll probably see a lot of rippling on the water. So what I'm going to talk about is picking the type of popper to use in these conditions. So today, because of all the wind, the kind of the rippling effect on the water, a little bit of waves, we need a louder popper. And so in this case, we're using a popper that's got a much more flat front to create a bit of a disturbance. And obviously we'll show a little bit of these things in the water that create a disturbance. So when we got a lot of chop, we got to create a lot of noise because the surface is noisy. So in this case, this is a foam head. It's cupped. It can push a lot of water, make a big disturbance on the surface, and override the background noise, the natural noise on the surface. So in this case, what I'm using, of course, it's also got a lot of flash in it, and we're pike fishing, so they like flash and a little bit of length. So that all helps when you have a lot of wave action on the surface. Okay, other poppers that we can use. In this case, let's say the water is flat and we want to be a little bit more stealthy. Other options would be, in this case, we have a I'll do some close-ups. This is a deer hair cone. You can see it's probably been used, has been used. This is all done with deer hair. It is a very soft pop, works really good in flat water when the fish might be a little touchy to surface disturbance. And these things often will fish just under the surface, but still put on a nice little wake and get the fish's attention with the deer hair. So these are probably the most softest, be just the opposite of what we're using with the big cones. And these will give us a nice little soft pop. The ones that I like to use a lot, especially for pike fishing, is basically more of a bullet nose cone. You know, we got the same thing with the deer hair, but this is done with foam. I can get a good pop and it's not be overwhelming with the surface noise, and have a nice injured minnow type effect with this. So these are generally what I'll do, is I'll use either the bullet cone or on calmer, flatter water, almost like we were sitting in at the moment because we're out of the wind. Or if it's really still, I'll go with the deer hair. And if I got to make a bunch of noise, then I like these cup fronts. They can really get the water bouncing. All right, what am I using to throw these big poppers? In this case, since we're pike fishing, this is a fairly fast action 9-foot 9 weight. And I got a very aggressive pike and muskie line on. And you can see a very short leader. So I'm like 40 pound, some 30 pound to some 20 pound wire leader. It's not that I need heavy test for the fish, is I need the heavy test to overcome the wind resistant fly, and I need to have a very aggressive wave forward fly line. That's why the pike and muskie lines are great, and I can deliver them a fast action 9 weight. Like I said, we're casting small birds, so I need a pretty decent fly line to overcome the wind resistance. So that's what I'm using for a rod. The other real quick note is, in this case, we're in very muddy water today, but normally even in this water is very clear. We're fishing around a lot of weeds, and your chameleon brown maxima monofilament is a great leader material. One, it doesn't sink like fluorocarbon. The brown's not going to bother because they're living in the weeds anyway, so that's a non-issue with them. And it's very durable, resistant, abrasion resistant to the weeds. And excuse me folks, I'm being sidetracked. We have an immature bald eagle. I'll give them credit, when you do get hooked up, they're plucky.
Yeah, they are. Coffee cup in the way.
Oh. Get coffee cup out of the way. Send him on his way.
Alright, buddy. Thank you. Have a good day.
Nothing like pike slime, is there?
Yeah,
They make a great lubricant.
that does.
Try it this way a little bit more. How's that better?
Yeah, a little better.
Okay?
Yep.
Alright, bud, don't tell anybody we're here. Up he goes. Yeah, that slime. The shameless plug.
What?
Said the shameless plug. This is Jay at JPEG Guides and Lost River Fishing. We are a year-round fly fishing catch and release guide service. We fish the Lake Ontario tributaries, and then during the spring and the summer we also fish the inland trout streams, classic dry fly fishing. During the heat of the summer we will do the warm water fishing for bass and pike. If you're interested in any of our outings or have any questions, please feel free to email us at fish@lostriversfishing.com. Hope to hear from you, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.